Over the last 2 weeks, we've been hitting our project list pretty hard. There have been lots of changes on board, so let's get right to it. First, we've been waiting on this new Genoa for almost 2 months, and it's finally here. It was made specifically for our boat and made out of heavier weight sailcloth than what we'd had before, so it should be with us for many miles. You're at the end now. Next, our propane tank installation has been a multi-step process. We elected to mount them on the rail for a couple of reasons. The first being safety. Having them on the rail means it's a lot less likely that there would be a leak that allows propane to accumulate inside of our boat. The second reason is that we have limited space for a dedicated leak-proof storage locker just for the propane. We could have built a deck box, but then we'd be giving up real estate on the deck that we're planning to use for our life raft. Tiny living means compromise. Remember this guy from episode 4? Our neighbor Troy was able to take our old bimini frame and bend it to make rails for our tanks. I know, so cool. So now all we needed to do was trim them to fit. We're going to start using some of those fittings to attach the rails, and this will get to go away finally. We've been using that just to hold it steady while we were finishing the installation, but it's taken a little time, so ready to knock this out. How am I going to do that by myself?
That's why you have neighbors.
Yes. I managed to squeeze out this last bit of daylight to measure, cut, and weave line through the netting for tomorrow's project. So tedious, but there was no escaping it.
3 days later.
About a year ago, we bought 120 feet of this netting from a guy online, and it was a way discounted price, so we took advantage of that, and now we're just getting around to actually putting this netting on the boat. So this is safety netting meant to keep the animals and us on board if it gets a little rough, mostly for the animals. If we didn't have the animals with us, I wouldn't be going through the trouble of this. In my mind, it was going to be just slapping the net on there, and after watching the 30-minute Sailrite video on how to do this, I'm realizing this is quite an undertaking, so it's going to be slow going. The way this is working is it's feeling a lot more like I'm just hand sewing this thing to the boat rather than just tying it on. It's a lot of steps, but so far it's going pretty smoothly.
One eternity later.
Old friends don't need to defend you. I love you in a big way.
After 2 coats of epoxy and 3 coats of varnish, our tiller is ready to be reinstalled. Just one massive through bolt and she's ready to go.
Be like that, be like that.
Look what I have. I have her favorite treats. Whoa! Be sweet. Get on, Liv. Get on, Liv. Get on, Liv.
Our boom gallows didn't sit quite right on the frame, so we're adding a piece of teak to snug it up. We're giving this the same epoxy and varnish treatment that we gave the tiller and the gallows before we install it.
Arctic glacier, so cold in nature. That brick you threw bounced off me and flew back at you. I'm gonna love you anyway. Wish you didn't have to go and be like that. Be like that.
Our girl Coddywomple is starting to look like a different boat, but we're nowhere near done. Even so, it's a great feeling to know we're making progress. Thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button to keep up with all of our adventures.